Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Brickoligist Animations show. Hello? Sorry, there we go. So, welcome back to the show, guys, and it is the third episode of 2025. Here on the show, I often tackle various topics to do with the new Avengers saga, Sonic TLSMS, the Amateur Animators, and loads more, including my friends. Today is the third episode of my podcast, which I didn't expect to do it so soon, but due to circumstances, here we are. But this is a special episode because it's the first episode of the year where I have somebody like one of my friends on the podcast. Now, the only thing, he's one of my friends, but I'm not sure you guys will know him. So, you know what? Enough yapping. Let's pull him up on stage. So, hello, George.
Hello, Brickoligist.
How are you? How's your day?
I am not bad, thanks. I'm tired, but I'm okay, thanks. Yeah. How about you?
Oh yeah, I've been doing fine myself. Like just after
Splendid.
being out in the garden myself, like it was a good day. It was a good day.
Yeah, great day.
Yeah. So the reason why I wanted to host this podcast with George to those watching is because of a question my sister once asked while on stream with George, and she
Uh,
asked, "Who's George?" And I thought that while I know it sounds hilarious and maybe a little offensive, do you find it offensive?
no, not really. I found it funny myself. I was laughing more than anything.
Nah, yeah. That's good. But it did make me wonder, like, you see, I'm not sure we've still I think this is the fault of the three other of us, like, myself, the real hamburger and cheesy X. We've not really introduced you, like, George. I don't think we've given you a proper introduction.
No, I don't think so. I've just been there at times, quite random times. I'd just appear in some project, and then I'd be mentioned in the description or whatever. But I don't think I've ever properly been completely introduced. No.
Yeah. Like I just so like guys, George, you've kind of got a funny story of how you got into the group, didn't you, like, or don't you?
I do, yes. So I am friends with Cheesy X, one of the amateur animators in real life, and he's one of my closest friends actually. So he was making Harry Hill 2, and he was struggling to find a character to play Harry Hill's grandma. And lo and behold, I was around, and I don't know if he was reluctant or not to have me voicing Nan, but apparently I did a pretty good job, and that's all I really care about. So, yeah, I just voiced Nan, and I sort of met uh, you and Hamburger through that, really, and it just grew from there. And you invited me into the group. I can't remember when, but it must have been late 2024. I joined, or maybe early this year. I can't exactly remember, but I remember that it all started from my role as Nan in Harry Hill 2. And
Yeah.
yeah, now I'm here.
Yeah. Like, yeah, it was the thing. Now another little detail I think George has left out there, guys, is George, while he isn't, well, we haven't exactly seen it yet from him because we haven't seen much at all, really. George does have experience with acting, actually, in real life, don't you, George?
I do nothing major yet, but I've just done a little odd show in my local town or whatever, or I've just made my own films if I'm bored. And I really just remembered I had the passion for filmmaking probably about last year, but I think it's always something I've been quite interested in because if you look when I was about 7 or 8, I was making short films. They weren't very good and they were very short, like let's just say a sub 10 seconds. But yeah, it's always been something I've been quite interested in from quite
Yeah.
a young age, and I've just refound the passion about last year. And since then, I've just been getting involved as much as I can whenever there's some sort of acting opportunity for a local theatre group or anything like that, or any voice acting role for the amateur animators or whatever. I'm always happy to help and just contribute the best I can.
Yeah. Well, you guys have heard it from him. That is a superb explanation of your acting experience and prowess, George. I don't think you could have said it any better to the audience. But yeah, if I was to say one thing, and this is a detail I don't think we've ever told you, George, or even the audience here, but I was the one who actually really pushed to get you into the group because, Cheesy X, he did suggest the idea and we interviewed you. But I do remember there was a time when we were fairly moping on with actually getting you into the group. But
Yeah,
I think it was actually the last, or it was a few of the last days of December last year. And I was like, lads, what are we doing with George? Like, is he in the group or is he not in the group? So I kind of pressured them into adding you into the group, and yeah, now it's
did
official.
you? I didn't
Yeah.
know that. You've been on my side since day one, Brickoligist. Thank you.
Oh well, you got that detail a bit wrong as well. I was originally a bit apathetic towards you joining, but I will say before you say anything else, that wasn't because I hated you, George. It was kind of personal reasons against the real hamburger and cheesy X at the time.
Yeah. Okay. I believe you. I believe you.
Yeah. I was definitely on your side when I did start to make that push.
Yeah.
So, yeah, George, what are your kind of two main roles? Like, there's obviously Nan and Harry Hill too, but what's your other role? The audience wants to
Oh
know.
yes. I play Wade Whipple in Sonic TLSMS, your series, and I'm very happy to be playing that role. So yeah.
Yeah. How would you end up getting the role, or how would you like to tell the audience you got the role?
Gosh, it's probably something I can't remember, but didn't you just message me out of the blue saying, would you like a role? I have a role going if you want to give it a shot. Is that what happened? I honestly can't remember.
This is another story. I believe it or not, I haven't told you, but
Yeah.
so Cheesy Axe, George's friend, said to me that with his friend George, that he was interested in voice acting roles in TLSMS and playing characters for me, and he was like, he wants the voice in it, and I'm like, oh yeah, laddie da, he can come and voice act in it. But then I was in the back of my head, I was like, how am I gonna fit him in? Like, does this man know that I've already completed the cast for the series? Like, I can't take any more members. But thankfully, Wade Whipple was a late enough addition, and since there wasn't really anyone else, I just thought you'd be the right man for the job. And to say the least, to my audience, I don't think I've ever heard like a voice acting performance that's so fitting since my dad as Wolverine in the New Avenger saga.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much. I'm touched.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
What?
remember you telling me. I didn't know your dad did the Wolverine thing. It's really interesting. Anyway,
Yeah. Do you watch New Avenger saga, George?
I've tried to get around. I've not watched all of them. No, I need to get get to watching them all. No.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, it's certainly like, there was one time when it was fairly unpopular, like, but I've been doing it like a lot longer than TLSMS. Like, would you believe me if I said to you, George, that and this is a fact most of my audience know, but New Avengers has actually been going on longer than the channels existed.
Yeah, didn't you have a channel beforehand? Or am I going?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? Is that where it came from?
Yeah, it is like, I started like the first three episodes of season one of the New Avengers saga. They were all made on that channel in 2021, and yeah, then I kind of made the next few when I migrated onto this channel. Like, I don't know if you directly know the fact, but I am the most experienced of the amateur animators, like with 4 years in the same-ish kind of business.
Oh yeah, I know you've done so much as well. You're definitely the most consistent out of all of us.
Yeah.
You've got so many like series and stuff. It's hard to keep up actually.
Well, now that's one thing I'll contradict you on, George. It's only ever really been the New Avengers saga and Sonic TSMS, and then maybe one or two short films in between. But yeah,
It's just in comparison to all the others. I mean, you've definitely got the most. I swear it feels like you have more, but I don't know.
yeah. Well, like. The other thing is that, like, when it comes to my projects and Cheesy X and the Real Hamburgers projects, I completely blow them out of the water in it. Like, and it was the thing, like, that I know for a time, because of, let's say, because of how fast and quickly I could make the films and how many of them I was making, that I was considered below par to a certain extent. But I kind of disproved that notion, especially last year.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. Have you watched Lego Iron Man Armored Hero, George?
I have, yes. I think that was one of the first ones I watched of yours, actually.
Yeah. The simply the best Brickoligist Animations film.
Yeah, and the views support that.
What?
The views.
Mm.
Wasn't that your most famous or most popular production?
Yeah, but like, it's not my most popular video directly, but it's certainly my most popular stop motion that I've ever made.
Well, yeah.
It's yeah, like, yeah, that was kind of it was one of the stop motions which ended up disproving, those claims. Like, but it's been the thing that I am like, it's one thing experience slightly helps with George, like, in the business.
Mm, yeah, definitely.
So, George, tell us about what else, like, what are your upcoming projects that the audience would like to know that are coming out.
Oh, okay. Well, so let's think about this. How am I gonna? I'm gonna try and stay as discreet as possible, but at the same time try and give some sort of hint as to what I'm doing. So, uh, a couple of weeks ago now, there was a post on the Amateur Animators channel, and it was a hint at a film that I'm making, and it's sort of like an unserious short film. I am planning to have it done. Ideally, in about a week, maybe less. It might be slightly over. It depends on what I'm doing. But it is, yeah. All I'm going to say is that this film, I've been working on it for about 3 weeks now, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, and it should be coming out pretty soon. I think it's going to be the next Amateur Animators production, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I'll let you analyze the post with as little detail as there is in the post, and you can try and figure out what it's going to be about. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say.
If I can add anything to that, my viewers, all I'll say is that I kind of referenced the franchise it was in the last episode of TLSMS: A Battle for the Ages. Knuckles says the line which came from a recent outing, you could say, in the franchise.
Uh,
The-
I did not know of this.
did you not?
I must, yeah, yeah, I must have missed it. I swear I've watched. Hmm.
Oh, the Battle for the Ages, which is my most recent episode of DLSMS, George, is absolutely peak. Like there's one moment when Eggman's brother, who's like 50 years old, tears off his shirt, and you see the most glorious physique a man could ever see.
I need to go watch that. I've been slacking with your series. I've watched as much as I can. I'm gonna go watch that now. I'm curious as to see what you've said about my production in there, and yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
see how much you've actually revealed. I'm curious now.
The disclaimer: it's not directly referencing your production. All it's saying is that it's referencing the franchise which your production is possibly based on.
Well, maybe the viewer will put two and two together and figure out what's going on. Who knows?
But yeah, I'm one thing I will say is that I'm actually so sorry that I couldn't fit Wade Whipple in the last episode of TLSMS, George. Like it was something that I wanted to do, but like especially if you look at the script of TLSMS, like I genuinely I don't think it was logically possible to fit anything else into the script because it was just so tightly written, and I think Wade would have felt out of place, like, and that comes, lads, from a massive Wade Whipple fan I am, and like, co-director the Real Hamburger, also like, even Cheesy Axe, which did kind of surprise me that he was a fan in the first place, but yeah, I am sorry to those lads, myself, you George, and to you viewers that. I couldn't slot Wade Whipple somewhere in TLSMS episode 8.
That's okay. If your gut instinct says that it won't fit in the episode, it probably won't. So I'll trust you on that. It's okay.
Yeah. That was, yeah. So, yeah, do you plan to make many projects with the amateur animators this year, George, or on your own, or what's it looking like?
Okay. Well, yeah, I plan to try. I'm gonna keyword try here. I'm not gonna promise anything because I really don't know if I'll be able to get it done, but I'm gonna try and make one full length, not like an hour, but a pretty long film. I think I've told the amateur animators about this, but it's way too early in like planning. And actually, I've not even finished the script yet. This plan's been dormant for ages, and I've not really tried to improve it or finish it. But I have told the amateur animators about this. But yeah, there's no chance anyone else is going to know for at least a few months because I just don't think it's ready to. I don't feel ready to make a promise because I don't know. The truth is, I just have no idea when it's going to come out. But yes, I would like to try and get something else in this year, and yeah, it'll hopefully be pretty good. But, yeah.
Yeah. What else? Like I know we've been doing it for 20 minutes now, but there's still a few things I want to say. So yeah, what else can we go over? Like would you award wise, George, like, since the amateur animators like have, kind of three different award ceremonies in which they get things from, like those being, British breast, British best. Sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that to all the viewers watching, and I apologize to you as well, George. British best. Hold on a second there. I just need to pause it. Sorry, I had to pause there for a second, lads.
We're
You
back. It's
okay?
okay.
Yeah. But anyway, what else is I gonna say?
The
Yeah, so
awards.
there's British Best, there's my awards, and there's the list at the end of the year, like the top 10 amateur animators best projects list. So, would you what would you like? Is there anything specific you like? George, from those awards or what?
I'm not really hoping on receiving anything. I'm not. If I receive something, that's great. But I'm not. I'm not too worried about not receiving anything. I just yeah.
Yeah. What do you think your chances are in Brickoligist Animations award show best voice actor category?
I wonder. Plethora of uh, characters I've played. I would have to maybe have a shot and say Wade Whipple, maybe.
So lads, by the way, and I'm just gonna say it was now, George is the first candidate who I publicly confirm will be on the best male voice actor list
Well,
for
there you
his work as for his breakout role as Wade Whipple, and yeah, I that's not something like to say the least. Like, I still have to do a lot of thinking and planning. Like, I'm the one who judges this, but I think you've a fairly good chance, George, to say the least.
do I now?
Yeah, like I think you will definitely finish in the top two of the award with someone else who I won't say. Don't worry to those watching, because I'm gonna confirm the list later on in the week. But yeah, I think that you have a chance of finishing in the top two at minimum, George.
No, I like to hear that. That's hopefully that number one spot is me. We'll have to see.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
You sound very sure about that as well.
yeah. So don't worry, Georgie. We'll see what happens, because yeah, there's still a lot to get through. But yeah, is that is really, like, there's nothing else you want to say, George? Is there?
No, there's nothing else really. I mean, I guess to summarize, I'm just like the fourth amateur animator, and I have a
Yeah,
production hopefully coming out within a week on the amateur animators. So that's pretty much everything there is about me. I do the occasional voice acting. That's all
yeah,
you really need to know, I think.
yeah. So yeah, lads, to finish off for those watching, like George already said it there, he's the latest and possibly chillest guy in the amateur animators. He's got a few new projects possibly coming out soon. With one, I think, possibly coming out in the next week or two. He plays Wade Whipple in Sonic TLSMS, which has earned him, let's say, rights to quite possibly nearly go and succeed in my best male voice actor awards category. And yeah, other than that, I would I'd like to thank you, George, for coming onto the stream. And yeah, do you have anything else left to say?
No, thank you for having me, Brickologist, and thank you for listening, viewer,
Yeah,
whoever's
yeah.
listening to this right now. Thank you.
So yeah, to my viewers, so go subscribe to George's channel, subscribe to mine, follow the podcast, and make sure to tune in for the next episode of the Brickoligist Animation Show. Do do do
You should
do
do that.
do
Yeah.
do. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Goodbye.